Micro teaching skills. Micro teaching technique was first adopted by Dwellett V. Allen and his co-workers in 1963 at Stanford University, USA. Micro teaching is one of the most important developments in the field of teaching practice. Micro teaching is a constant teacher training technique. It was a versatile tool that simplifies the teaching skills. Micro teaching is a stimulated skill teaching to provide the feedback to teacher trainee for the modification of teaching behavior. It is more analytical method and completely new approach to provide the feedback to modify teachers' behaviors according to their specified objectives. Micro teaching is a controlled practice in which the normal complexity of classroom are reduced and that makes possible to concentrate on teaching behavior in the student teacher training program. Micro-teaching is a training procedure for teacher preparation aimed at simplifying the complexity of the regular teaching process. It is a scaled-down sample of teaching in which a teacher, a small unit of group of 5 to 10 people for a small period of 5 to 10 minutes. Such a situation offers a help setting for a teacher to acquire new teaching skills and refine old ones. Micro-teaching is a new design for teacher training with feedback about their performance immediately after completions of lesson. Micro-teaching skills. A skill is a specific behavior or activity which requires doing on particular work of job or task. The performance of the concerned activity is automatically improved through its learning and practice. Teaching activity involves different skills and which are essential to teach effectively. A teaching skill has been identified by N.L. Gang as, he said, teaching skills are specific instructional activities and procedures that a teacher may use in his classroom. These are related to the various stages of teaching or in the continuous flow of teacher's performance. Teaching constant and number of verbal and non-verbal acts. A set of related behaviors on teaching acts aimed at specific objectives. These may be called as a teaching skill. All these teaching skills contribute to good teaching. These skills can be defined, observed, measured, and controlled by means of practice. Micro-teaching concentrates on the specific teaching behaviors. A complex act of teaching is broken into simple components. Only one particular skill is practiced and mastered during session. How to teach is considered more important than what to teach. The Australian Advisory Committee on Research and Development in Education has analyzed teaching into 140 skills. Allen of Stanford University has identified 14 teaching skills. In India, B.K. Fasay has given a list of 13 teaching skills. M.K. Jeffrey and Ajit Singh of NC NAC provide a list of 20 teaching skills. Stanford University has given the following list of teaching skills: stimulus variation, set induction, fluency in questioning, higher order questioning, probing questioning, silence and non-verbal cues, refocusing people participation, illustration and use examples, diverging questions, planned repetition, completion of communication, recognition, attending behavior, lecturing, and closure. Questioning skill. Questioning has two aspects. First, fluency in questioning and probing questioning. Fluency in questioning refers to the teacher of rate of meaningful questions asked per unit of time. Probing questioning refers to depth in a people response by asking a series of subsequent questions. Let us now consider fluency of questions. The questioning of the teacher stimulates thinking of the students. The teacher classifies and facilitates understanding of the concept by questioning the students. In the teaching learning process, questioning is very sufficient technique. The new knowledge is assimilated with the previous knowledge by putting some questions. The question develops curiosity among the students. The effectiveness of questions depends on their particular use. The type of question is introductory questions, thought-provoking question, prompting questions, information-seeking question, refocusing questions, redirected questions, increasing critical awareness questions, open-ended questions, higher-order questions, yes or no type questions, recapitulatory questions, and etc. The questions should be interested and should arouse a curiosity, but they must be simple and undesirable to the students during the presentation of the lesson. Thought-provoking question and probing question are to be used. In recapitulatory questions are to be used. Yes or no type questions, elliptical questions, suggested questions, rhetorical questions, etc. should not be used. Questions should be grammatically correct, relevant to the topic discussed, specific and conscious, but with proper speed and pace, put to the class with proper voice, not to be repeated unnecessarily. Questions for seeking further information are needed. The teacher asks prompting questions to lead the pupils' expected responses. The teacher asks questions to increase critical awareness of the pupil about their responses. In process of questioning, speech should be used appropriately by providing sufficient pause, and the voice of the teacher should be clear and audible to the learners with pleased tone and friendly manner. Skill of explaining. Explaining skill makes the people to understand ideas, concepts, and principles. A teacher has to explain widely. Explanation is a set of interrelation statements made by the teacher related to an idea or phenomenon. In order to be a good listener, the teacher trainee has to develop the following components. First components, cognitive link. While introducing a new concept, the teacher is to follow the principles of known to unknown, establishing a link between the old concepts and the new one. A new concept, if it is a complex, it can be introducing and developed only through a series of sub-concepts. In new concepts, all sub-concepts must be linked with one another logically. Use of illustration. A new concept is to be adequately illustrated in terms of vital situation or life experience. Illustrations also include cutting examples and non-example. Illustration must be serve the purpose of concentrating the abstract concepts concerned. Comparing and contrasting. Some concepts are often so closely interrelated that the people may find it difficult to discriminate between them. These may bring effectively to the attention of the learner. Besides his component serves the purpose of the discriminating between two related but different concepts. Meaningful repetition. By repeating a brief description of a concept, a term, or a definition at regular intervals, the idea gets fixed in the minds of the learners. Repetition must be purposive, deliberative, meaningful, and relevant. Over repetition creates boredom to the learners. As such, over repetition should not be used. Thank you.